Hello, everyone. How are you doing? My name's Alicia, and I'm a psychic medium. For those of you that don't know me, I am a no tools reader, meaning I don't need cards or like pendulums or things like that. I channel, I can communicate with the other side. I channel energy of people that are alive, places, objects, and I also communicate and channel with my spirit guides and use my third eye. Anything that I say is timeless. It could be past, present, future. It could deal with you, somebody close to you, maybe somebody you haven't met yet. So, before we get started, I just want to let you know that this is going to kind of incorporate somebody I was supposed to do a reading for. Her name is Jessica. So, hopefully, she likes this and it resonates with her. If it resonates with any of you also, that's amazing. If not, then the message just, wasn't for you either. So I'm going to do things a little bit differently this evening. So I'm going to kind of like pause the camera. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm doing, okay? Okay, what we have here is just some regular cards, okay? And I have them set up this certain way. I already shuffled. I will go ahead and protect myself and everyone. I'll say it now. Dear Lord God, angels, spirit guides, please protect me with your white light of protection always. Please help me to clearly see, hear, feel, and know the messages I'm about to receive and give. My intention is to communicate with spirit guide, with angels, with energy, and to do a mediumship reading for my friend Jessica and anyone else that it resonates with. So as you see the cards here, okay, I'm going to kind of explain things. Right here would be her, and this would be like present situation, and then it just goes, all the way, up to the future and stuff like that. Okay, so with her cards, in present situation, Jessica, we have the Queen of Diamonds and the Two of Clubs. From what it looks like, and then right after that we've got the Ace of Spades, and then it goes into Pentacles again, hearts. Okay, anyway, Pentacles, means prosperity and abundance. So there's a woman that's a little bit worried about you and maybe your money situation. You do have a job and you work, or it could be you, it could be you or someone just a little bit older, like a mother figure is what they're saying. But somebody's worried about money. Either they're worried about money with you or you're worried about money also. It could be both of you, you are like you're not making enough and you're not sure if you're going to be able to make ends meet and stuff like that. You are going to start going on a journey here soon. I would say soon, around July or August. There's also going to be some love that's going to come into your life. You're going to meet somebody new. It's not going to be somebody that you've already been with before. You are going to meet somebody new. And you're worried big time. You're going to be worried big time about it, about whether or not it's going to last. If it's really going to be true love or not. And then soon after that, around August, also, you're going to come into some more money. I don't know if you'll get a raise maybe at work or something like that. And maybe win a little bit on the lottery if you ever play like scratch offs or whatnot. August would be the time to do it. So definitely August. Let me gather these up. So that was just a little fun thing that I wanted to do and try. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these tarot cards just in case I need them. I really don't need them, but they usually clarify everything that I've said. So I just want to go ahead and shuffle them now. But okay. Anxious, nervous. That's what they said. No, not that I am. There's a lot of anxiety and nervousness when it, Miss Jessica, and whoever else this resonates for, but Miss Jessica, they said. Anxiety and nervousness. I'm not sure if it like runs in the family. I feel like it does, you know, and I feel like it's something that you have, but like you try to hide, you know, like you try to pretend that you're not that, you know, nervous or anxious, but like deep inside you really are. They said pills, pills, pills. I'm not sure if you're on medication. They're saying yes. My spirit guides are saying yes. And just so you guys know, yes, I am channeling already. I usually am channeling from the moment I start. So, meds. Either you're taking too much or you're not taking enough. Like, they're saying you're just not doing it properly. Somebody's not taking their medicine, you know, as it should. Either you're taking too much of something so you can, you know, maybe feel a little high from it or something, or you just don't take it at all. It's like, you know, one or the other. It's like one extreme or the other. You need to watch that. You really do, especially with those kind of meds, because if you're taking more than what you're supposed to, you know, obviously, yeah, it'll mess you up. But I mean, and then if you go from that, you know, to the drastic of not taking anything at all, it doesn't just mess up your system, it messes up your brain. Like, I don't know if someone is having, like, they're saying lapses, like lapses, they said lapses of judgment, lapses of memory. Whoever is, like, that's what it's from. That's what they're saying. It's like effects or side effects from like over medicating. They said over and under. So like over medicating and then like completely not taking anything. Like, you know, because those are chemicals and they're going in our brain and everything's just going haywire. You know what I mean? You're giving it one type of poison, and I will say poison, you know, the pills, one type of medication, you know, and it's supposed to make you feel okay, you know, but you're like getting all messed up from it, you know, and then not taking anything at all. And it's like, you know, when you're not taking anything, then you feel off. I mean, you only, you know, because they're saying it got to a point to where you're not like anymore, because your tolerance has gotten higher and you're just, so your body's just immune to it, you're just used to it, so you're just like normal now, you know. So like when you're taking all these pills, like then you're normal. Like when you don't take them at all, you feel like not yourself, so to say. But they're saying you don't need them, you know, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not telling you to take your medicine or not take your medicine, but they're saying it's like, I don't know, somebody fibbed about like things that were wrong just to get the medication, you know. They're talking about, and I'm not sure if this is you or not, Jessica, but they're talking about Suboxone, you know. So there's people out there, you know, that are like, they're just talking about abusing like prescription drugs in general, you know. It's like the people, you know, that are claiming to be clean and whatnot, you know, and if you're claiming to be clean but yet you're taking Suboxone and you really don't need it, or you're taking it, you know, just so you can like feel the high from it, or even like methadone and stuff, you know, that's it's not really clean, you know, is what they're saying. It's like you're just covering it up again, you know, instead of, so whoever this is for, if there's somebody out there that's on like heroin or fentanyl, you know, and then you got off of it, and then but yet you're on Suboxone, and you know, or say like you were clean for a while and then, oh, I'm gonna go to like here and like, you know, go get some subs, and it's been like 3 months since you've been off of it. You don't need the subs by that point, you know what I mean? Like, because the withdrawals and stuff are like way worse like off Suboxone than not. I mean, and if you've already been off of drugs, you know, for a couple months, then basically you're just going to get the Suboxone or the subs, whatever, you know, just to get that high again is basically what it is. but that's what they keep talking about, like somebody doing this and like abusing the drugs and even the prescription drugs. It's like now that's become a habit, you know. um, and as addicts we tend to, yeah, go from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other, you know, and we're just kind of like replacing things all the time. And it's, you know, I've learned too, like even the hard way, that that's not the way that you do things, you know. You can't, because then you can just never like fully actually work on yourself, you know, if you're constantly like covering things up and taking things. um, they would like me to share, you know, that is one thing. Apparently, Jessica, you're not one to talk about your problems and issues, and you need to work on that. They're saying, you know, because they said you got a lot of stuff like repressed down, like stifled down, and not sure if you have anger issues, but they're saying, I mean, yeah, they're saying you do. And, you know, it's because you don't talk things out, you don't work things out. It's like there's yelling and screaming and arguing, you know, and things like that, name calling and abuse, you know, from both ends. I guess you and a specific, you know, partner that you've been with. Um, there's physical abuse, you know, there's mental abuse, there's verbal abuse, and but it's from both of you. That's you know, if one's doing it, then the other's doing it back, you know. And it's almost like, you know, if you have done it to him, like I'm going to show you, like, you know, I'm like basically like you're, and this is odd to say, but like more of a man than what he is, you know, like um they're showing me you like standing there like kind of degrading the man, you know, and basically telling him, you know, he has no scruples, and he has no marbles, and you have more than what he does, you know. You oh, they're saying, yeah, calling them names out of the names. A lot of yelling, um, coming from you. A lot of yelling, screaming at the top of your lungs, almost like ah, and then like acting crazy, like literally like a nutcase is what they said, like a whole basket case. And wow, I mean the scream is just, I mean I can hear it. It's like so shrill, it's so loud. And like, yeah, man, it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. You're just screaming everything, everything, everything. And it's like the whole time you're screaming and yelling, you know, during these arguments and fights, it's like in the back of your mind, you know, you just want to be heard. You know, at the end of the day, you just want to be heard. You just, I used to feel that way sometimes too, you know, but that's what they're saying. It's even with you, sometimes it's not about you being right. It's about, it's like you're saying, God, somebody just listen to me. Just listen. Just hear. You're not even listening what I'm saying to what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying. It's like they're not picking up what you're putting down. You know what I mean? And they act like they've had a lot of fake people in your life, apparently. And I do say the word fake, you know, a lot of two-faced. There's been a lot of two-facedness going on. They said with those closest to you. And do you have a brother or somebody that's like a brother? They said brother. Why are they cheering? Like, yay, yay, like I got it right or something. Like, who's Michael? I'm sure the name Michael came through. Why are they talking about I don't know, and I'm not sure if you have a sibling or whatnot. I mean, but it could be like a cousin, or if you don't have any siblings. But even growing up, like somebody, they're saying just a lot of fighting and all the time. Like something happened to you when you were younger. Not sure. They're saying neglect. Like you just, people weren't paying that much attention to you, and when they did, it wasn't in the right way. They weren't very nice. They even back then, like when I'm not sure if there was a lot of like making fun and teasing. They're showing a bunch of little kids like ha 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 ha, ha, like ha ha, like that, like ha, like a bunch of little girls like in a group, and look, they're whispering and like talking and pointing, and they weren't very nice, like. And then they're saying, from that, you started to develop a little bit thicker skin, and even as a child, that's when you started having an attitude. It's like no one was paying attention to you, nobody was listening, like, and kids or whatever that was around, like people were making fun, and it's like you were trying so hard to like just not even fit in, but just be, just be accepted, period. And like, I mean, was it not happening? Somebody tried out, and that's what he said, like with trying to trying to be popular and cool, like in elementary even, like that's when, starting to be accepted, like starts and stuff. And cheerleading, that was always a thing. In order to be popular, you had to be a cheerleader and whatnot, like back in the day. I'm not sure if they're saying some tried out and didn't make it, or like wanted to try out and didn't have enough confidence to, something to that effect. And it's like you made fun of the cheerleaders, like you didn't like them, like you thought that they were like snooty and snobby, and that's what they just did. Like, I never wanted to be a cheerleader. Like you were thinking that just now, or saying that just now when I'm saying this. Like, I didn't want to be a cheerleader. Yeah, you did. So they're saying, yeah, you did. Like deep down as a little kid, yeah, you did. And it's like you made fun of them, and like said you didn't like them. Because there was a little bit of envy and jealousy, because you wanted to be a part of that. I'm not sure if you're, if you wished you were, they're saying shorter, like more petite. Like everybody's sizes are different, like me, yes, I come from a very small, petite family. My mom is only 4'8.5". I'm only 4'10.5". And, and of course someone that's 5'5" to me is like tall, like 5'4", like, man, you're tall. And they're like, I'm 5'5", like, no, they're like 5'2", but for real, like they said, just like you spent so much time like wishing like you were not yourself, like wishing you were not you, said hoping and praying that like you could just be somebody different, like you would wake up and like be somebody else, and not sure if you were, started to develop like into a tomboy a little bit, but and it with, trying to play the football and the basketball and things of that nature. And I'm going to tell you this, there were some of them cheerleader girls, that weren't so athletically inclined when it came to like football and basketball. Yeah, they were good at cheerleading and, stuff like that, but flipping around. But when it came to, like at school, like in gym and stuff, like, there was this one girl, they're not going to name names, but they'll say, she was part of the cooler crowd. Yeah, I think she might have been a champ, but she was always picked last or close to last, like when it came to like games or things like that at school. And I don't know, there's this girl that you kind of had like a little bit of beef with, they're saying, from early on. um, but the thing was, it's basically like a jealousy, like rivalry thing, like between you two. It's like she was jealous of you, you were jealous of her, whether or not you guys will admit it, but they're saying, yeah, that's, what was going on. Um, you guys acted like you hated each other. I mean, and you really don't, you really don't hate each other. It's just like you both envied, the parts about them that you didn't have, or you felt that you weren't, good enough at or good at, Well, you can't have it all. I'm going to say that. So, it's always good, to feel like you're a part of a group, or that you fit in. And that is one thing about school and like growing up, that, and it still happens to stay, just like the movie Mean Girls, that is so true. That movie is so true. And you have your little cliques, and you have your popular people and your not popular people. You have people going around talking about each other, making these little books, or just whatever it is, in their own little way, to kind of make fun of the other group that you're not a part of. But, and all of that goes back to what I just said a minute ago, that goes back to envy and jealousy. They always say, we want what we can't have, and that is so true. And but then sometimes it's weird, like once we have it, it's not as exciting anymore. um, I know there have been times, say like you're in a relationship, and or before you get in a relationship, it's like the chase, you're chasing after this person, or you have this crush on them, and you chase after them for months and months and months, and then they finally give in or whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, let's try this, and let's, try to be in a relationship. And then once that happens, it's like you're bored with it, it's like you don't even want it anymore. And it's crazy. I was I've done that, I will admit to that. I've done that myself. I thought I wanted somebody so bad, so bad. And once I finally had that person, it was like, or almost had him, yeah, it was like, what? It's like I finally saw it for what it was, and like actually was like acknowledging like all the red flags that I knew were there the whole time. And but I just let it go. But then once I finally, basically had this person, then it's like, no, they're not as funny as what I was pretending. They're not as witty, and I don't like that they do this or do that. It actually gets on my nerves. It's not cute and endearing. Um, and then they really don't treat me the greatest. And here I was, making excuses for this person, and acting like they did treat me decent when they didn't, and just covering up for what? For somebody I wasn't even really with, and that was stupid. So that's another thing. Don't do that. If you see red flags and stuff, just boop, put a stop to it. I say a lot, and I say and I have to work on that big time. There's a celebration, because they keep going, yay, yay, and then they're going, Hercules, 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 like, if you remember that, it's from that movie with Eddie Murphy, the Klumps, I think is what it's called. Yeah, something. Well, their name is Klump, or yeah, so if you probably know what movie I'm talking about, but Hercules, I'm not sure if you do that or somebody you know does that, but like saying you're stronger than what you think, is what that means. And you're like Hercules, you are strong, and very strong individual, and you just don't think you are. Like, you don't think you're that strong-minded and strong-willed, but you really are. It's not about being physically like tough, whatever, all the time. You've got to be mentally tough too. You got to be able to handle a lot. And they're saying, yeah, I mean, you have handled a lot and you've endured a lot, and you've got to learn to accept that too. Yeah, you are physically strong, but you're also mentally strong. But I guess your self-confidence and your self-esteem is just like way down. And start bringing that back up. They're saying the one ex, and you know who I'm talking about. There's an ex that's where a lot of the fighting, has gone on. And please X out that person, please. You've got to, for your own, mental health and well-being, for his too. I know it's hard to hear, but that's not your person. You guys were not meant to be together forever. I'll put it that way. That person, was a soulmate, more like a karmic, which means a karmic soulmate is someone, that is a soulmate, but you're not with them forever. You're with them to learn lessons. So that was a lesson learner. That relationship was a lesson learner. Now, if you go back, that's on you. It's going to end up being the same. I will tell you that. They're saying, because you are going to go back and it's going to start out okay, and actually for a while, but then they said old habits never die hard, something like that. I don't know. They're just saying you're going to do good for a while, but then in this relationship, I mean, you're both going to do well. It's going to bring you guys back down, both of you, like real down. And I'm not trying to be the bearer, kind of like a bad news or anything, but we of course, have free will and whatnot. So even, with me giving you this information, or my spirit guides and I giving you this information, you can take it for what it is, and if you go back with the person you do, and even with this information, if you get back with the person and then things start going south again and you still stay, of course that's on you, but with knowing this, you'll have the ability to make the choices and decisions to walk away early on, or just not get back with that person, period. So, like I said, all of that will be on you. I do wish you, all the best, and I hope nothing but the best, for you. And but you're worth so much more than that, and you need to realize that and see that you're a beautiful woman and you're a beautiful soul, just a beautiful person, period. Whether or not you see that, they're saying you don't, that is lacking in you, and you might exude sometimes like this persona that, you're confident and whatnot, but really you're not. You're a tough cookie, but not so much a tough cookie, if you know what I'm saying. You're a big softie at heart, and even though you have this rough, tough exterior, no, you just they're saying you're lacking attention. You just want attention, and you just want love and care and real, genuine, unconditional love, like someone, yes, to pay attention to you and, pamper you and spoil you, and not just monetarily, but sit next to you and like have them just be looking at you like you like things like that, not in a sexual like yucky way, you know what I mean, but like, and not in a creepy way either, with like somebody watching you sleep, but it wouldn't bother you to have like, say, someone that you're in love with like sitting there watching you sleep, like, oh, she looks so peaceful and beautiful while she's sleeping, not standing over hovering you like some like no one's, none of that. But yeah, just like, wow, look how peaceful she looks, while she's sleeping, she's beautiful, like an angel and whatnot. Yeah, you think things like that are cool. You don't say that, but you do. Somebody reads a lot. Saying you read a lot. What are you studying up on? Saying you're studying, not sure if maybe schooling. They're talking about exams, so I'm not. They just said exam and study. That's all they're saying. Study for your exam. There's a test that you have to take or what? Okay, I'm gonna try to see like if any tarot cards come out. For now, I don't know, because I'm starting to get like this really heavy feeling right here in the center of my chest, and yeah, I kind of want to pull back from that, because I feel like there's a lot of repressed, depressed, negative energy like hanging around. And I mean, there's a lot of negative energy hanging around you. That's why it's around me now, and coming clinging to me, get off. And if you're into crystals and gemstones or things like that, like selenite and black tourmaline, those are always like really good. Hold on just a second. Hold on. Always really good for keeping away, the negative energy. Sage, Palo Santo, same thing. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to light this just to kind of get it to go away. Yeah, it is. It's just like, almost like you feel that way sometimes. Like your heart is heavy. Your chest is heavy. I'm not sure if you've had like chest pains. That's what they're saying, like chest pains and chest and stomach pains. Ulcers. I'm not sure if you have an ulcer, but you need to look out for that, I guess. That's what the stomach pains are. And I'm not a doctor, but that's what they're saying. Like, a lot of health issues that you need to get addressed, because apparently you didn't take care of yourself, in that manner for a long time. And a lot of us don't, when we're kind of like mixed up, either in relationships or if it's an addiction, things like that. So let's see here. We first got the Four of Cups. What are you lacking? That's what that is, lacking. Let's see, but then we have the Page of Cups. What else do we have for her? I just want to know. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. We'll do one more, they said. Oh, that turns right over. Man, lacking again. The Three of Pentacles. Okay. Like I said, I'm not the best at all of these, but we will just look into them real quick. Okay, the Four of Cups. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay, what does this have to do with? The Four of Cups can be challenging to shift your perspective and get excited for something new when you've been hurt or disappointed in the past. Will the next experience just be more of the same? Will you get your hopes up for nothing? Like I was telling you about the relationship, that's what's crazy, if you go back into it, I mean, you already know what it's like, and that's why I said, it's going to end up being the same. The same thing's going to happen. Even if it's good for a while, it's going to go right back to what it was, because that's the energy between you guys, you know what I mean? And it just wasn't meant to be. Like I said, well, you get your hopes up for nothing, because it's going to be working out at first, and then it's just going to, like, man, yeah. Okay, these are the types of questions that come up with the Four of Cups. Like emotions, water needs to flow freely, and in this card, emotional energy is stagnant. In an effort to protect yourself from experiencing pain, you've begun to restrict yourself from feeling anything, which leads to apathy. So you've got to watch that and be careful. See, and like I told you before too, it says something about love and romance here also. I said you were going to find a new love, or have a new relationship come August. And this, under love and romance, there are new opportunities for love and romance in the air. So shift your focus from the past to the unlimited possibilities of the future. Staying stuck on previous loves blocks new energy from flowing into your life, even within current relationships. Open up, even if it feels scary. It's time to let people in and let the old go, for real. Like, if you want to move forward, if you want to be happy, with yourself and with somebody else, it's not with the ex. I'm telling you that now. It's not with the ex. Okay, next was the Page of Cups. It's talking about being grounded in your identity and feeling free to express yourself. It's about emotional intelligence and messages in your life that praise you for actively expressing your feelings. It could represent another person, or it could be you. Regardless, open yourself up to receiving messages from unexpected sources, including your own intuition. Yeah, listen to your gut, listen to your heart, just listen to yourself, period. Stop listening to everybody else and pay attention to yourself for once. Listen to yourself. Like you want other people to listen to you, you need to listen to you, We have the Four of Pentacles, right? Yes. Like I said in the cards earlier, I said you were worried or concerned about money. So for this, the Four of Pentacles is feeling financially stable is a concern for everyone. Once you've achieved some level of comfort, it's easy to focus on maintaining what you've got and lose sight of potential growth. It asks you to affirm that you are stable and safe, and remember that you will always have what you need. Conserve what you've earned without closing yourself off to new paths to abundance. You have or are in the process of establishing stability for yourself, so give yourself some credit for your hard work. And like I said earlier too, like it coming into more money, around June, July, August, things like that. And a raise or a promotion. So even if you're feeling a little bit stagnant at work, until you find another job, stay steady there. The income is steady, that way you can have the steady flow of things. And more abundance and prosperity will come to you. Like I said, you may get a raise, or I think there's going to be money coming to you from another source. And it's not necessarily just about someone handing you over money. It could be this new relationship, and you guys are going to be able to help each other, And then we had the Three of Pentacles. Be more open and free about expressing yourself. It asks you to share your ideas with confidence and accept projects and work that stoke your passion. Your work will be well received by others. It will position you to open new doors of opportunity. This is the next level of prosperity you have been waiting for. So no doubt your abilities So don't doubt your abilities and skills. You have what it takes to build a prosperous future of your dreams. So that goes back to what I was talking about earlier with your confidence and self-esteem. You just have to learn to gain it back again, and be confident in your choices and your decisions, and if you feel like you need to step into like a leadership type role, at work or something like that, or other areas of your life, go ahead, be the voice, step up, say something. Don't be afraid to say, what you think and what you feel and what you mean, which they're saying you don't have a problem with that. You've always, been easy to, I guess, tell people about themselves. But I'm going to stop for now. And that's just, little bit of reading for you and for anybody else that it could have resonated with, I hope it did help a little bit. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight on some things. And I'm always here if you need me. And if you want another reading, I will give you one. But I would really, like to hear back from you guys, if you do resonate with any of my readings. And just fill me in on what you resonate with, because I would really like to know. So it's interesting. And so I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.